In Trinidad, an elderly woman was rushed to the hospital with complaints of chest pains after a Carib Stag-branded truck blasted music moving through part of her community following the World Cup finals. Miss Chin Ching, 85, is believed to have suffered a mild heart attack. Reports claim that the truck stayed for approximately 2 hours in front of the elderly woman's home. According to the residents, Councillor June Durham asked the police officers who were escorting the truck if they could have the DJ lower the music as it was affecting the 85-year-old woman. The request, however, was ignored. The councillor then contacted the St. James police station for assistance and reportedly had the phone hung up on her. The residents say the truck was eventually moved 20 minutes later. The stress was too much for Mrs. Chin Ching, as her grandchildren alerted their uncle that she was feeling unwell, complaining about chest pains. An ambulance was called and she is currently being treated in the hospital. Heavy rains from Tropical Storm Beryl have left at least 8,000 people displaced and 19 villages without communication in the Dominican Republic. Thousands are left without drinking water as the storm has knocked 75% aqueducts out of service. The capital of Santo Domingo was left without electricity, and the center still has 22 provinces on alert for flooding and landslides. A member of National Congress, Aito Bisono, tweeted pictures of a recently opened hospital flooded. Bisono tweeted, "A country with a supposedly growing economy cannot have hospitals where it rains more inside than outside." Tropical Storm Beryl was earlier a Category 1 hurricane, but was then downgraded to a tropical storm. In spite of having lost its earlier heavy wind power, strong rains pose an equally dangerous threat. 700 homes were flooded and 2 schools collapsed. And in international news, Donald Trump has said ties with Russia have never been worse and blamed U.S. politicians ahead of his first ever summit with Russia's President Vladimir Putin. In a tweet, the U.S. president criticized former President Obama's stupidity and a rigged inquiry into alleged Russian interference in the 2016 election. Despite some U.S. politicians had called for it to be canceled after 12 Russians were charged with hacking on Friday. The summit will still take place in the Finnish capital of Helsinki. And finally, Italy will allow 450 migrants who were picked up from an overcrowded boat on Saturday to disembark in Sicily. The decision was taken after Italy said that France, Germany, Malta, Portugal, and Spain had each agreed to take 50 migrants. Malta and Italy had earlier insisted that the other country should allow the boat to dock. Italy's new government has toughened its policies in an effort to stem the flow of arrivals on its shores. So far, only women and children, 57 in total, have been allowed to land in the Sicilian port of Pozzallo. For Channel 2 Headline News, Bibi Bacchus.
Thanks for watching Headline News. Leave a like or a comment below. And for updates on the latest news happening in Guyana, click the subscribe button.